Okay. So as a reminder to everybody, we are streaming these to the internets. These are going to my YouTube channel right now. If you want to see this afterwards, or if you want to just know where to look, you can talk to me afterwards, and I'll let you know. But yeah, it's search it. The so just that's all you need to know. There's nothing special you need to do. This is not like a no swearing thing or whatever. Yeah, fuck. ah. We're gonna give the room a couple minutes before we start in earnest, but this is going to be session 2. Session 1 was last week, and session 0 was the week before. We keep track of things here like a computer's memory, I guess. We start with 0. You did spend some time there, yeah. We'll go over in the recap kind of what that means. Yeah, everybody. By the way, like everybody is falling behind on the accessories there. Like, Roger's really beating the hell out of everybody else. You know, I recently learned that Coconut Craft, right? They will steal from like houses and stuff in Japan and like Okinawa. They'll just like steal stuff. And so there's actually video of a coconut crab stealing a knife, which I found on the internet. And I was like, oh my god, it's Pinchy. That's horrifying. Stabby Gabby. Ah, yeah. You kind of gotta. Have to. Oh, what do you mean? Like. Oh, Revenant. I thought you said Ravnikin. And I was like, well, that is the plane we're on, so it's relevant, but I don't know what you mean by obsession. What is it like normally? What kind of stuff is it normally? Cool. Love that amount of guidance. Well, I feel like it could very well be like getting strong enough to get revenge. Yeah. I think that's like makes sense if that fits for you. You don't like it. Well, it just means that you're focused on getting stronger, but you can get stronger in like a measured, reasonable way. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you could. It's possible. Does anybody know how far away Chris is? In which direction? I think we'll begin without Chris. Chris forgot their wallet, so he's going home to grab that. Distinctive outfit to see walking. So I believe you that you saw that. Well, before I actually go all the way in and get to talking about the recap and everything, we're going to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves, give their pronouns, and introduce their characters, just so that we all know who is who as we adventure through the Guilds of Ravnica. I will begin. I am Artie or Cannon. I am also your GM, and I am everybody who is not you in this game. I use he, him pronouns, and you're going to have to ask all the other characters what their pronouns are as they arrive. I'm not in the habit of introducing everybody with their pronouns. Maybe I should do. Yeah, maybe I should do. I guess we'll start with Roger on the and then go counterclockwise.
He breaks laws. He only breaks laws that he breaks. Like, free jump off of it. And half owl, all man. I used to like to take the rest on anytime people look like I don't want to do that too much.
You just imagine.
Yeah.
Right, right.
He him play duel, Revenant Barbarian. Yeah.
Big move on the kaiju. Not to like cast judgment.
I also don't have nearly as much effect.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't.
Another sword. An unknown sword.
It could be anything. We'll never know. Well, that's part of the mystery of X. Of triple.
Hi, I'm going to make up a statement about it. I'm alarmed. Those are all good guesses. I have it. I'm the other one. I think I'm Bobby. I usually take them playing. Have it, the other one, and all pronouns. I'm fighting things with fire or friendship.
For righteousness.
No. No, in fact, that's not. Not my Lord. So you will be someday. So.
Yeah. Sounds good. That's the character 2BD is that the name of your rogue? Because last time there was a rogue that didn't have a full character yet. It was introduced as some guy. You were Raymond. But before that, it was just some guy.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
I am Chris. I'm playing Asphodel 6, a teenager from the city. Oh my god. Yes, you don't have.
Great armor.
Well, I was thinking about it, maybe I should. Like, I only got 2 slots. It's a copy. Not but I will ready to battle. Gotta get Bailey.
Alrighty. I don't know. Listen. If any of the bar folks are working, I'm just gonna let them do it. If they come in later, then they come in later. What are you playing today? Who are you? Is that? And you guys are currently upon the plane of Ravnica, an Ecumenopolis that is kind of, well, if you don't know that term, it means city that is the size of the planet, basically. You are currently, as you've discovered, inside of the 10th district of Ravnica, which is kind of like the city capital of the city. It's like city center, I guess, of Ravnica. And you guys are investigating a murder mystery. The murder did not occur on this plane, but the murderer did flee here, and you are pursuing them and trying to determine basically every other bit of information regarding them, other than that they went here after murdering. You are still level 2, yes. So last week, you were, as planeswalkers, gathered together by the Videlkin of the plane of the tower, and it was requested by them that you investigate the murder of their leader, the Sphinx Regizu. Regizu's body you investigated, and you determined that it was slain by magical means, although you did not determine exactly what happened. Definitely magic was involved. And it had the appearance of some kind of gargantuan creature making slashing wounds that somehow like instantly heal. This is part of the magic, right? No blood, although the body did have blood in it. You made sure of that. Poke. You did a little bit of interrogating of some of the council members. That was an interesting bit. And then eventually you all went to the plane of Ravnica, where they had tracked the murderer's like planeswalking ability too after the murder. And and you are in the 10th district, which is vaguely, because of how it works, it is vaguely around where the murderer also would have arrived, right? You are within some dozen miles probably-ish, right? It's not like somewhere on the planet it happened. Like, they arrived somewhere around here, specifically, right? You ended up fighting against a raid of barbarians that you learned were called the Gruul clans. And afterwards, you had a short rest at a coffee shop in the 4th Precinct, which is where you guys are currently sitting. And you planned to meet with Orin's contact on plane, since Orin had been here once before. Gruul, so that's Gruul. Gruul? There's no H in Gruul. But if there was, they wouldn't know, because why would they ever spell it? And she is located, normally speaking, the Selesnya Conclave is located only one precinct away from you. You're in the 4th, and they're actually like one away. That's the upper right corner of the map. So it's not too far, because it's only a couple hours. You know that they're probably gargantuan in size, right? Which definitely cuts down on some of the possibilities. And you know that they did arrive nearby here, and they clearly have some degree of magical power based on how they slew the Sphinx. So those are all things that you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so your experience is basically that unless something weird is going on with that particular plane, it's generally 1-to-1. Like 1 minute in Ravnica is 1 minute in the tower, is 1 minute on Dominaria or wherever else. If there is some time shenanigans going on, generally it's like a local phenomenon rather than like a plane phenomenon, right? Generally speaking, you can assume that time is passing everywhere. That's a good thing to ask people about, I guess. Well, it was a long ways of time ago, right? It was about 6 months ago, right? So tracks are probably not gonna help you. Like, I won't say you can't look for them. I'm just gonna say that it's unlikely that you'll find them. Don't worry about it. He's just code switching to Ravnica. That's true. That's true. You will. Cody and I, because nobody else shows up early as Cody just does. Cody and I were just ripping earlier, like in character. Yeah, he is from the Nordic country. Oh yeah, don't you know? Oh yeah. Well, that's fair. Now maybe press the button early here. Like. Well, at least that's honest. At least that's honest. This is off to a wonderful start. Are you guys going to meet with that contact? Okay, cool. So it's been you've arrived here and rested for about an hour after the fight, and the travel here is going to take another maybe 6 hexes, 1.5 hours, not too long, right? The day is still young, and you're able to get towards the Selesnya Conclave and the gigantic tree that is kind of the center of their operations. Relatively without too much trouble. There's not really like a border checkpoint that you have to cross. But what you do notice is that there's kind of much more of like an emphasis on like kind of cultivated gardens in the area, and there's kind of like the humanoid traffic begins to become more closer to 50-50 humanoids and beasts that are either shepherded around by humanoids or are just wandering around on the the size of the beasts is what you're asking about? Gargantuan. They can get very, very large. Most of them are kind of like large, kind of like elk kind of looking creatures, or like there's some things that kind of might remind you of like a rhinoceros, but none of them are exactly like those animals. They're kind of their own, but they're like large land mammal type stuff for the most part. But you guys are looking for a specific person. So I'm asking, how are you trying to go about finding that? No. So when you arrived here, you arrived actually in an alleyway, and you did. It was a crowded streets beyond, but the alleyway itself was pretty sparse. You actually you were out of sight of the street when you landed, but only by a little bit. Right? There was basically a dumpster that you went effectively, right? The city is relatively modern in several senses. They do have dumpsters, pretty similar to what you might imagine in like cut-off modern areas. So yeah, similar location generally. So when you follow a signal of a planeswalker, right, it gets you pretty close to them. And if you travel with other planeswalkers, you obviously land right next to each other, right? So and it's basically it's kind of a sliding scale of how recently you were able to follow it, right? And you guys weren't following planeswalker, you were following the Vidalcan signal, right, that got sent. So it was very recent. They were able to send you directly to where they sent their probe, but their probe, they're not very accurate. So you're thinking that based on their ability to do this, your understanding is basically somewhere in the precinct, or not the precinct, but the district, is where the murderer would have ended up, but not necessarily in that alley, right? Or not even in that precinct. Well, it's been 6 months, so unlikely. Also, you didn't see anybody in that area. Other than it's unlikely that they are still where they landed. They didn't have magic. It's happened. It's been known to occur. So back to my original question, though, how are you guys trying to go about finding this individual? You walk on it. So eventually, you're able to find a conclave dryad, and she's able to answer some questions. If you're asking, you're just asking by name, like. You give me like a persuasion check because the initial attitude here is that the dryad doesn't seem interested in necessarily divulging guild secrets to a guildless. Ah, never mind then. Upon seeing the insignia of the conclave, the dryad is much more willing to speak. Ah. I am afraid that I'm not sure exactly where she is. She took a leave of absence about a week ago for some personal matter. I don't know where she is. No. She she did leave on some business. It seemed urgent to her. It was not guild related though. It would have been one of her friends from outside. They are all of the contrary, as far as I am aware. Um, it's mostly plants. Oh yeah. I do not know exactly any of the details. She had friends in many of the guilds, so she was an emissary. Uh, it is if it's related to a matter of justice, it seems to be. Perhaps it was her. Uh, she had a close friend in the Azorius law mages, I believe. Not. I mean, I don't know. You can try and. Yes. With the 12, you're not sure. You, you suspect that probably a Dryad may not actually have this, like the same kind of concept of that emotionally as like a normal, like as like a humanoid would do, right? They're not very. They have the appearance of humanoids. That is mostly where that ends. Probably she's not intimating anything before that she's talking. This is actually, yeah, this is. Well, I can turn it down. Just go crazy. Just let it all go. She went off in search of a friend. The yeah, if it's related to a matter of justice, then it's speculated that it might be a friend of mine. Yes, some of them, yes. No, I don't believe so. The matters of the city are best left to the creatures that wander out of the darkness. She's attached to it, just to be fair. I am less knowledgeable in the matters of the city than many of the other members of the panel. Although, hell yeah. Only recently. Be careful on that, by the way. I mean, it could be acrobatics, athletic, or performance. Oh, okay. An acrobatic kickflip. The dryad will politely give some basic, basic applause. Kind of looking at you guys, trying to gauge what the reaction is supposed to be. Well done. No. The whole tree would have to do the kickflip. That would be fucking sick. She was, as a member of the monastic order, I don't believe she had many belongings. You are most welcome. The blessings of Itigazi be with you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the newspaper. Now, as funny as that is, they actually supply the trees for the. Yeah, so a newspaper, that's 15 copper pieces for a fresh newspaper. There is a daily newspaper that is published citywide. It is but 15 copper pieces is what they ask. By the way, currency here, copper, silver, electrum, platinum, gold, all basically the same. They're going to call it something else. They call it zibs and zenos, but it's like a cop. It's a copper is a zib. Like that's what I'm saying. Is like they don't call it that, but it's 20. It's 15 copper for a newspaper. The person that you're buying it from definitely does not have it. Oh, that's not. You're not going to get access to that quickly. Certainly, it's not nearby. Yeah, that's handled by like a different part of the city. Oh, what? Well, the library you know about is on the other side of the district right now. So, like, several hours. But about a week. Yeah. Justice freaks. So they are, and you get there. So the Azorius, yes. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this. This is obviously this is excuse me. This is not a zoomed in magic card. A lot of this art's gonna be zoomed in magic cards, by the way. You guys are able to get so the Azorius. It's only a couple hours away. Again, it's to the south. Is the headquarters of the Azorius. You don't necessarily need to go to the main headquarters building. In fact, that would be the wrong place to go. And there's a right place to go because it's the Azorius government. And but you guys are able to get to basically a public affair, like public requests and affairs type office, where they will see members of the guildless or other guilds. Generally, joining a guild is basically the same as it's like joining a. It's not just joining a club. It's also like it becomes your occupation and means, right? Generally speaking, it's a pretty big commitment to join a guild. That said, you are met by a kind of stern-looking guildie with the Azorius here. Okay. Can you give me any other information about this incident you're looking for? Can you tell me about the localization of this disease? Fourth precinct. We will send in a request, and I have your names and location of account. Just writing it all down. That will be sent to you as soon as the records are accessed. She like checks. She's been shuffling through some other stuff. Several months. Certainly, you can bring a letter of expedition signed by an appropriate signatory. High-ranking guild members. I'm afraid that visiting, visitors to the records office are not granted to the public. Which murder is this? There's a Sphinx. I I don't believe there's been any murders of the Sphinx on record for several hundred years, so I'm not. Uh, uh, I promise you that if we had records of an event like that occurring, I would know about it. I can attempt to look into this for you and send the appropriate records to your residence or location of account. They all kind of have the same kind of like blue robes and like badge look going to them. Yeah. Yeah, are you trained? Are you trained? In order to assist, yeah. The most important people in the room are actually just leaving. They are wearing armor in addition to just the robes. They've got they're wearing like a breastplate. And they're in a group of, if there's only one of them, and they've got a small retinue of other Azorius that are just going to follow. Okay. Talk to the cops. Yeah. Somebody cast detect thought, see if it works. Well, that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't work, that's Magneto. Makes it harder. I think Magneto might fucking murder the shit out of you guys. That seems like a high level encounter. What y'all doing? Following the cops? I actually don't know this one. They look like the highest important person in the room. Precinct 1. Yeah, Precinct 1 is neighboring you now. So for context, and I'm gonna do the thing from last week. You guys were like over here. So you guys started up here. You went over to here. You went down to here. This is the rich part of town is down here, right? And the library's over here, right? So you can just kind of like on your way to the library, you're gonna be passing through this anyway, right? The guilds is the rules. It's fair. It might be a problem that he's too enthusiastic. Right. Not the rules, then down. Yep. I mean, you can go to the first precinct. I'm just wondering what you're doing. You can wander around if you like. I don't know if it's going to help you. I'm just telling you that you could. Well, your lead is that is trying to find somebody that's important to her that belongs maybe to the Azoria, and you're wandering away from the Azoria. So that's my question: is what are you doing? Good job. Oh, well, I mean, if it's a guild member, that's different. I mean, you didn't ask about that in the first place. You can ask about it. No, you asked about Izid. And then you asked about magical events. The clerk, like at the desk here, isn't actually sure who you're talking about. Like they just don't know them by name. So the main contact, I believe, with the Selesnya is Lawmage Tyburn Paladin. Officer Tyburn's records. It's Lawmage records are public access. Give me a moment. There is kind of like a. She has to go back. I'll be back in a few minutes. Tyburn, well, I don't know, appears to have last registered a fraction two weeks ago, it looks like. That was, they were investigating something in the Undercity. They had visited the halfway down towards the Golgari guild. There have been no logged visits or infractions from Officer. Lawmages, they have a lot of agency to work within their own bounds. I don't believe Officer Paladino had they spent, I believe their specialty was in investigation and like deductive reasoning. Well, District 1 is going to be on the way. Can't stop you. Yeah, so you're able to reason out that probably what the location that you're probably being led to is actually the Deadbridge Chasm, which is down here. Deadbridge Chasm is called that because there's a big bridge that goes over a big chasm, but really the bridge isn't very useful. The chasm is the real access point there. You use the chasm to go down towards the Undercity, and that's just kind of like the place that everybody knows you can get access to the Undercity. The Undercity is under all of the city. But that's the place, that's the access point that everybody knows about, is Deadbridge Chasm. Right. It's also the biggest entryway, because it's the size of several miles across. It's just a giant hole in the ground. Exactly, yes. We've got fun in games. But yeah, so while you guys are in Precinct 1, right? Okay, so you guys are traveling towards Deadbridge Chasm. Can I get everybody to just give me a perception check real quick? Thank you. Raise your hand and have it. All right, if you got a 16 or higher, keep your hand raised. It's pretty good. Good job. You're too busy touching stuff over there. You're trying to see if your shovel could dig into any parts of the ground, and you're like, is it working? Cool. Okay, so if you got a 16 or higher, you realize that you're actually being followed. Pretty distantly, there is a person that has been following you now for long enough that it's, unless they're going to the same place you are at the same speed, along the same routes of your not native figuring it out.
I'll whisper.
Okay, can you give me a stealth? Yep. Danger sense would only occur if something was about to do a thing. If they attacked you from behind, yeah. You can think of it more of a spider sense than natural 20. What did you get? What's that? I mean, on the natural 20. I mean, you feel hidden, as always. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to try and set that up. What's that? Is anybody else doing anything? Sorry. What? Okay. Okay. So you guys are just feigning. Thank you. Everybody knows except for Bull, who's just I don't see any tag here. Actually, no. Actually, there's some. No, well, there are some really big things every once in a while, but we'll get to that later. That's an encounter in a different part of this chapter. Don't worry about it. All right, let's hear an athletic check from Rabbit here. If Rabbit's gonna try and grab. With an 18, you were able to like briefly grab onto the person, but they react very quickly and are able to like pull away from you, and they start sprinting basically. Okay. This is only about 40 feet behind you guys. So you would hear Rabbit yelling. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're running now. Okay. Why are we going this way? Your speed is 35. You're pretty fast. So you're pretty fast, but whoever this is seems to have a pretty good understanding of how like the crowds are working and stuff like that, and also where to go. So they have an advantage over you in that sense. And as they like kind of begin to dip and dive throughout the crowd, you're finding that there are some obstacles that they're kind of throwing up in your way. And the first one here is actually that they reach out with a hand and like gesture, and you can see like wisps of energy trailing from their fingers as they do so, and a bunch of people all at once kind of like walk in between you, like not necessarily like pulled in, but just make the decision to move in between you guys. You don't necessarily even get the sense that they understand that they've been manipulated in a way, but you think that that's possible. But what are you trying to do to like get through this? Yes. You're just gonna fly? Flying's good. You're just gonna like fucking spear charge through a bunch of citizens. Cool, cool. Give me an athletics check. Not if you're spearing through a crowd. Okay. Yes. Then in that case, that makes more sense. For what skill? Athletics. Okay. I'm just. It's up to you what you're rolling. I'm asking you. 13. Okay. You're just pushing. Search. Okay. Heard that? A 9 is a fail. Yeah. So if you got a 10 or higher, you get to pass. But a 9, unfortunately, that's even a commoner beats that on average. And so Mool is kind of falling behind. Actually, the person who's the most ahead here actually would be X here, because you're flying, and that's pretty good. Flying is pretty strong. X, could you? All of a sudden, there's a. So there is not. The sky is not empty in Ravnica. There's actually quite a bit going on. Lots of airships and also flying creatures such as Griffin and air leviathans. They're kind of just like gas bags almost. Can you like try and dodge through them or something like that? Sure. 14. Okay, yeah, you're good as well. All right, so you guys are keeping up, but then there is a the spearing through the crowd that some of you have done has been a little bit, or fourth attempts at such, is drawing some attention, and actually there's a number of what look to be Azorius guild mages that have caught on to whatever the fuck is going on, and they're now shouting at you guys to try and to stop. in the name of the law. Well, it's up to you what you do.
Stop what?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. You do. You're keeping up. Yeah, you're not able to slip away like that. You feel hidden, but then one of them grabs you, and you're like, I'm not hidden! Okay. Yep, you're not being detained, but they've currently, one of them is like gotten up next to you. And you're not able to effectively follow. They're not necessarily arresting you, but they're just like, stop fucking running through people.
Oh, my friends are running. It's literally like
We're trying to solve it. It's interplanetary.
Some of those words don't even compute with them. It's not going to get you very far most places anyway. Mm-hmm. It's all about family. Sorry, I have pack mind. I just everybody else ran, so I was like, I have to run. Okay, so Rabbit's basically the only person here that's keeping up. So just Rabbit, I guess, at this point. Rabbit, give me a perception check. Yeah. You're with advantage. Okay, yeah, you are able to tell they've slipped into they've slipped into like a building through like a side door that you're able to see you're able to see where they've gone. You don't see any other exits to this building, at least on the surface level, or on like it's only it's a pretty big storied building, but like the way the things are built, there's a lot of 5/1s in Ravnica, basically. You don't see any other exits on the floor. Is basically what I'm saying for the place that they seem to go. Well, no. Once they've been like stopped from running through people, and they're like, sorry, I won't run through people again, like because the chase, like you guys are already out of sight, so like following you is pretty difficult. They're not like nobody's arrested it. Nobody broke any laws. You would have broken laws if you tried to continue to dodge, like fucking dive through people, but you're able to get everybody caught back up to it. Mm-hmm. So it opens up into a. It looks like a closed bar, basically. Things are like all the chairs are up on the tables, and there's nobody here. The door actually being unlocked is a bit confusing, just in that like it wouldn't seem like that would be the kind of play. There's a single goblin that seems to have been manning the bar that is currently just like washing the glass and just doesn't even register you guys entering in at all. But whoever it was that you've been chasing, they appear to be like taking some chairs down off of one of the tables on the side. There's not a response immediately as everybody else kind of like piles in.
Oh.
Well, you're not here yet, apparently. Because remember, everybody other than Rabbit got held up. So there's a few moments where it's just Rabbit. You guys are going to be in about 20 seconds in the game. There. Let's see. Hold on. Get up in their face. It's yeah. She seems to like regard you with like almost like a dismissive like. For the record, I was going to introduce myself. Restrain yourself! You can't blame me for being unfair. Do you want to talk about it? Then have a seat. There we go. Yes. It's just like if you start a fight, I need everybody else to know where they are, right? Or I need to know where everybody else is. I am Zan. Pleasure to meet you. That's a Z-A-N-T-H-E. Zan. The E has got a little triangle. No. That's an apostrophe. I know it's not an apostrophe, but it's like the shape of an apostrophe. That's compared to a triangle, which is, I know it's not called that. I don't know what it's called. It's an accent mark, but like, yeah. The umlaut's the German one, yeah. This is the umlaut. It's a good name. Yeah, umlaut. How do you pronounce your name? Don't worry about it. U-U-M-L-O-T. G-A-T.
As long as you can make it.
Because it is. It's effectively. So she'll pull back her foot and reveal rather strange tentacles? Scaly tentacles, basically. It's definitely scales and not hair. Sure. You would. Well, first of all, that's not what they're called, and second of all, no, you wouldn't know. Yeah, I mean, if she is, then she's a. You've never heard of this before. Yeah, normally there's snake heads. This is snake tails. It's like tentacle, but it's specifically snake. Why would you? I don't feel like they get a choice. Yeah. You don't really see any sign that that's happening. You can assume what you want. It doesn't. There's no sign of that. Yeah. I don't think Medusa normally have a whole bunch of like other snake stomachs. I will kill you. Wow. Does anybody reject me killing him? That's acceptable. If it not normally here. I mean, I have before. Don't get me wrong, but I don't normally here. I like it too much. It's also annoying to. There's not access. It's a whole logistics thing. I need to know what you're doing. Six months ago. Something about that's familiar, but it's I don't know. Slipping my mind. Is that all you're doing here? Yeah, funny. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll let people introduce themselves. We don't need to. Um, yeah, to explain. People like have a habit of making this play. Stop talking. People like you are who are from, she does lots, very far away. Extraordinary. You wouldn't believe the problems. In the past year, it depends on how much disruption, I guess. $6 months. I don't. No, I would have remembered that. I don't. I am having trouble remembering, yes. I don't particularly. Now it's bugging me. Sure. Yeah, that seems like I mean, I've never had something like that occur before. Huh. One of my favorite, as an aside, one of my favorite monsters in Pathfinder 2 is a thing called the Conspirator Dragon, which are a Conspirator Dragon are they're well known for wiping everyone's memories after anybody sees them at any point ever, which means that people who know they exist are terrified of them because they don't know if they've met one. Yeah, basically. So, but people that have not heard of Conspirator Dragons are like, whatever, that sounds fake. It's a bad time. You don't detect any active spells upon them. You can roll art Arcana check. Well, you still re-roll that one. Yeah, with the way that works, technically, you still re-roll one. But yeah.
Oh my
I don't think you re-roll it again. What'd you get total? Probably. No, actually both. She rolled. That spell is difficult to cast, though. Her face scrunches up and she's just like, fuck. If something like that showed up and it got me, oh no. I don't remember anything. I'm thinking that I can't remember what I was doing 6 months ago. If something like what you're describing, I do. Actually. For the record, I strongly dislike how immediately I feel as though I need your help. Why have you been doing this? Don't take any of my rocks. If you want to read through my journal, they're going to be at my men. I can find you. It's easy to find you. It's going to be trivial to find you again, actually. That's a fantastic. So anyway. Fine. Follow me. Hood back up. Hold on, wait, hold on, I gotta. There we go. So she will, if you follow her, lead you away. Kind of actually in the same direction you're going. And eventually to the Dead Bridge Chasm. And then down into the Dead Bridge Chasm itself. Who? I expect I know who you are talking about, yes. I hope they're dead. I hope they're dead. Because they're a real pain in my ass. They're investigating my lair. The Azorius can keep their well-clean hands away from my mana and my family. Not interested in humoring them. Stay close to me. This place is dangerous. You could make a character that engages with the thought. You could do that if you wanted. But you can adjust things. You're not locked in forever. Like if you are getting bored because your character doesn't want to engage, then I would strongly advise changing something up. It's just like there's a well, it's not even no. There's a much better way to say that, which is make a character that wants to be here, right? Like, yeah. If you're just miserable all the time because your character's miserable all the time, it's kind of a bummer.
I'm here to bring everybody down.
Yeah, see next week. You're going to be a level 3 for next week. Yeah. Everybody else, you're not yet. Don't listen. Don't listen to me.
I come back.
So you guys are following along, and the Undercity is pretty Undercity. You guys are going through sewers for quite a while. It does not turn into anything other than like sewers and underground passages that are kind of wet and slimy for basically ever. As you are traveling through this area, you begin to hear chittering noises, almost like kind of like a call, you would say. And Xanth kind of like curses to herself. Are we in a hurry? Then I have a second question. Do you want to make a camp in this hallway we're in right now? If we go on, we're probably going to have to fight fears and anxiety. Excuse me, fall. Sidekicks are rifts that are just completely swapped out. Fall. Oh, you have to eat food though, right? How much do you have? 0, by the way. Nobody bought any rations. Technically. But by that point, we're already going through them, which is the thing we would be avoiding by waiting. Fucking die, dude. Yeah, let's fucking go. You hit a light cannon. Xantha's gonna be like, yeah. know it's no light. Also, like, Xanthus in it be like, okay, well, they can see the light, but also they can see in dark. That just means that they're going to see us from much, much further away. Further than 60 feet. It's all disadvantage. It's all disadvantage. So you guys are going to try and fight the car. Cool. Well, then we're going to do something called round initiative. It's the thing where you guys fight car. Right now, anyway. That's what it means. So yeah, who has dark vision? I think everybody except for Mool. That can be your first turn. You could try. Yeah, that's right. You could try. That's pretty normal. Yeah, zombies don't get it. Like, I don't know why you would get it unless you're a vampire, which is specifically like a creature of the night, type thing. Hey Joe, could I get a IPA from the breaker? 16? Okay. 15, got it. 9. Cool. 87. All right, you guys are spotted on average. So they are going to get to go first here. They are going to, because of your surprise or like a danger sense, you're going to be like safe from this. But they are actually going to get advantage on you guys for this first turn because of their high find feature. And as they begin to fly into, or well, these ones are not flying actually. These ones are like leaping at you. Some of them can fly, but not these ones. Here is what they look like. Yeah, they're big buggos. Angry crickets. Yeah, danger cricket, you could say. And the danger crickets, there appear to be 5 of them. And we got miss, hit, miss. Sorry, the hit, miss. I was doing advantage, disadvantage there, so like that's half of however many it sounded like I just said. Or, wow, okay, only 1 hit, or 2 hits actually throughout that whole thing. So they're using spears, kind of crudely made spears, but spears nonetheless. Or they are simply slashing at you with their kind of like raptorales, I believe is what they're called. They're going to do 6 piercing damage to Mool and 7 piercing damage to X. But then it is to you guys. Yes. Okay. Let's get more bomb. Yep. 8 damage? Okay, that's not quite enough to bring one down. That one you get a wisdom saving throw from. Heard that. They are going to fail that. 7 necrotic. Okay, that will destroy one of them. So one of them is down. There's 4 left. Up. Yep. Okay, what's your safety DC? One of them saved. 12? Okay. It's 3d6, I think. Yeah. Well, one of them will die and one of them will survive. So there's 3 left. And one of them is very badly wounded. Yep. Great Axe is 2-handed. Yeah. So Great Axe is 2-handed only. You're thinking, so there's Battle Axe is versatile. Yeah. You have disadvantage, that's it. Yeah, that's it. No. That's not how that spell works. Searing Smite? I don't believe so. But you've not hit it. You haven't hit one. Like your hammer or whatever is going, but not any of them. Eight. Miss. You miss. Do you also rage? Okay. That's okay. I mean, you can rage and get resistance. Yeah. All right, that was everybody. Okay, so before the crawl are going to go, actually we've got you have somebody with you. Where are you? There you are. And so Zonka is going to. How many times can she do that? She's not legendary. Jesus of Christ. Okay, she makes 2 claw attacks and a petrifying gaze. Both of the claw attacks hit, and wow, 2 of them die. She's getting lucky. She's not broken, I swear. And then one of them needs to make a save. Okay. This might be a short combat. Oh my god, it got a 4. It's a short combat. The crawl is turned to stone, I believe, instantly, because it failed by more than 5. Yep, it's petrified. So she can do that. You want to make a fire down here? Fair enough. I guess so. Why not, right? Meat's my boys. Do you want to eat that? You can, if you want. Yeah. Can you see if what? Yeah, go ahead and roll survival for me. It is going to taste like bugs. So frankly, frankly, there's nothing necessarily poisonous about them that, as far as you can tell. It's probably going to taste bad. It's very likely that if you cook and eat a crawl, you will not hit a level of exhaustion that evening after resting, right? Are you okay with cannibalism? Because they are people. That is the question. They did not. They appeared to be trying to kill you. Nobody talked to them. No. No, they did not. No. No. There is food. How do you feel about cannibalism? Down here, scavenging is the way of things. And a lot of the scavengers tend to be crawl or elf, generally. Crawl and things that crawl. I don't need to eat, so I don't keep a very full log. No. I can try to source food for you. Yeah, if you're squeamish about it for whatever reason, fine. A lot of people agree about that, and I don't understand their arguments, but that's fine. I don't think I'm their target audience in that sense. Well, I would never eat one of my sisters. That'd be awful. And I would never. You can talk to Crawl 2 if you learn. It's a difficult language, however. And they tend to be very difficult to speak to. Beyond just the intricacies of their language, they are not a very verbose creature, on average. Do what you need. You can roll survival to try and find food. Roll a d4. Okay, that's enough food for everybody, actually. It is primarily worms. Yeah. It's kind of like eating people like several times in years, I guess. Yeah, X is in favor. X is like, oh man, this is great. You have any more of these? So eventually you arrive at South's Undercity Manor, and by the time you get there, you guys are kind of beat. This is like the end of the day very much for you guys, unless you want to start taking con saves to keep moving. Progress notes. Make yourselves comfortable. Be as uncomfortable as you desire. I'll see what I can pull up about. So you guys are able to, first of all, you're up to level 3. Second of all, you were able to get half of your hit die that you spent back. Right? So it means at level 3, you're still just getting 1 back on a long rest. If you spent 2, you get 1 back. If you spent 1, you get 1 back. If you spent 0, you don't get anything. You just gain 1 because you leveled up. They're not broken. That's your, like, yeah. Go on. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes just to finish leveling up. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yeah, sure. You're going to have to explain what you're doing to me, though. Tumblr. Sure. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I like Joe be a drone last time. Like, there's all sorts of stuff. I just don't want people to come in here like, this is my weird fucked up build, and you let everybody else do stuff, so you have to let me do. Like, no, that doesn't. But you do. So in the morning, or you assume it's morning, you feel rested. You're met back against again with Xanth, she, the grocery party. I've been reading all of this, through all of this all night. I'm not sure exactly. It's not as clear as I would have hoped, I would say. I know that I seemed to be investigating things with the region of Precinct 1, but I don't know. I mean, there wasn't anything going on in particular. I'll have to do some investigating on my own and get back to you with the more deep research that I'm going to try. But it's going to take it's going to take me a while to gather that kind of. It's not exactly a quick process. That being said, the Gruul have been more active recently. More so even than like living members, which for me is a I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm beginning to suspect that it has something to do with this interference from whatever it is that you're chasing. Things started to ramp up about that walk. You know. It's circumstantial evidence, but right now that's basically everything. If you can try and figure out what the Gruul are doing, you might get closer to figuring out whatever it is that you're chasing. And if I can figure out some more specific elements of what happened, maybe those two groups of investigation can come together. So I'll stay out of your way. You carry on with your investigation. And I'll contact you today. And then a few days, probably. Do you feel confident making your way out of here on the road? What if I'm going to give you a direction, a possible lead. There's an honored elder, the Golgari, that she'll be able to probably help you. Be respectful when you speak to her, for your own sake. No, I'd rather not. I'm not going to die. In any case, if you go to 10th Street and you find a sewer grating cover with a symbol in it, and she'll like draw something for you, sketch it out, rip it out of the book, and hand it over. Look for this. Follow it down into her sewer garden. She'll be there, and she'll be expecting you probably. I won't tell her that you're coming, but I've never visited and not had that be the case. Or not, and never had that not be the case, rather. She's always expecting me. Maybe she just says that, but for some reason I always believe her. Her name is Yabawax. She can help you find your missing people. If they ever went into the Undercity, she'll have known about it. you've been out of the sewers for a while because it's very deep underground. But as you get towards the again, like up again, and then you're beginning to enter actual sewers again, it takes several hours for you to get out. But then you're on the surface. 10th Street's kind of nearby. You're able to navigate there without too much problem. Give me an investigation check for looking around for that place, could you? $15? $11? $10? 9. Collectively, you guys are able to like follow the symbols and begin heading in the right direction. But eventually, you find yourselves kind of suddenly surrounded by about 30 goblins, and they all start like kind of like cackling at you and like striking kind of like homemade looking shivs on the ground. One of them are like biting on their arms and just like making kind of like gobbly like noises at you. And then one of them is gonna come out. He's wearing like a trench coat that goes down like about 50%, and then it hits his feet, and then the other 50% is like flowing cape that just trails on the ground behind him. And he's also wearing a leather hat that he's not wearing properly, and he's also still too big for him. And he's gonna be like, "Hey, kids, I'm curious how much zip you got, because you're passing through our territory." That's a shame, that is. I'll take your stuff instead. Yeah, Tony? Well, the Great Axe will actually miss that guy, but not because it doesn't hit him. It's because you go to attack him, and you're gonna hit, and he goes, whack! And he grabs a goblin and puts the goblin in front of your axe hit, and you kill that goblin instead. I guess roll initiative. Air quotes, in that we do something called round initiative. That was immediate. I did like no, it's the toll for going through 10th Street. See? No, it's not. That's how we do things around here. Come on. 10th Street. It's the 10th Street. All right. Well, I guess fight these goblins. Go. Yeah. I believe that goblin dies. Yes. There's 29 goblins or 28 goblins left. That goblin is also fucking dead. You have 2 attacks? That's crazy. Huh? Oh, you have to like. Yeah, well, explain yourself. Cool, go. That will miss. Yeah, they're on guard now. The 10 hit because they were just talking to you. Cody, you had your hand raised when you lowered it. Are you not? I'm following. We got 3 saves and 4 fails. Wait. No. Yes. Sorry, I'm just envisioning the grid. They die. They die. The ones that fail die. The ones that don't fail are not knocked prone, but do take half damage, I believe. So it's just not that other. Oh, because it's them pulling prone cannon. Got it. Anybody not go? I don't think you've done. What you got? Yeah. Okay. Well, that damages them, but does not kill one. Okay, so the gang leader is going to be like, "Get them, boys!" And all the goblins that can are going to start trying to jump on you and stab you. Those ones are getting up. That's their turn. They are attacking with their daggers. All right, I'm just going to call that good. We got. Oh my god. They rolled well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. So that's going to be, everybody is going to take, in order, 6 to Cody, 3 Bob, 6 Zoe, 5 Tony, 5 to Roger. I was going to say, yeah, I was trying to think of your character's name. What is it, Xander? Xandistrand. X. That is cumulative damage from all the attacks that hit you, not. 25, and then like 4 marches. Yeah, like 20 left. Yeah, and then the goblin leader is just kind of start moving back, like kind of tripping over the total a little bit. Back to you guys. Go ahead. You're gonna have to wade through some goblins to get to them for sure. Okay. Only one of them saves. Yeah. Send Thunder! What the fucking... They just died. Just all of them. All of them died. There's like 10 left. Go. Oh shit, they're with the Shadow Gangs, boys! Scram! Okay, they died. Well, no, all the goblins other than, actually, the captain doesn't die. Because he has a lot more, or captain, gang leader, has a lot more HP, yes. Wisdom save for the gang leader. Oh, fucking stream death. What you got? Thank you. Despite the fact that you said that in a mocking tone, it is a nice code. God dang it. Yeah, you can't. You're like, a nice code. Oh. Like, nice code, actually. Done. Oh, yeah. Is this against the leader? He's gonna grab a goblin and go, ah! But the goblin's dead, so you're just gonna cut through and you're gonna deal the damage to him because fucking a shatter happened all around him, so there's no goblins nearby anymore. My goblins! He's dead now. Go. You're not from the Shatter Gang, but you can pretend to be. What are you doing? Oh. Okay. Got it. How much damage do you do? Okay, all of them die too. There's no goblins left. You've burned all of them. There's just blood everywhere. Yeah, you exploded those goblins. That was brutal. Jesus. Do they have any what? Do they have any zib? Do they have any food? How do you feel about cannibalism? They had, see, here's the thing. Almost all of them died to shatters. Their stuff is gone. Completely fucking destroyed. That's true. The shit around them, like, shit is fucked, yes. They were carrying leather armor and shields and daggers. Although the dagger, that's a strong word for shit. Yeah. They were stabby. They had stabbies. Come on, with just some stabby eyes. We were just stabbing. No. Do you carry your lunch with you when you go to stab somebody? Absolutely no. No. Basically. I'm gonna have to keep track of that. Let's associate ourselves with this unknown entity. Honestly, they're not, but they share some similarities with some real-life white supremacist camps. In that they will explode things. Moving on. Oh, that's fine? Cool. This is 10th Street. There's so much of it. Oh my god, 10th Street's awful. Foundry Street's worse, though. 10th Street's not great. You did. Yeah, they're dead. Those goblins are dead, and that's your fault. Oh, you were able to. Yeah, you were able to make your way to the sewers. It's just like while you were looking down, you got surrounded by goblins. Yeah, so it's just like you open it up, and it is a fucking drop. All right, of a while, right? Like not an insignificant like degree. Like, let me give you a an idea. I drew this ages ago. So here's the generalized, right? So it's about 60 feet down to the ground underneath the grate. However, there is like an entryway about here where there's more sewer runoff that falls down, right? So it's about, you know, if you could try and get creative with it and see how you can get yourself down there, but it's not going to be it's not a simple map. How are you doing? What are we doing? All right, you're alone down there, and we'll just roleplay with only you. Or what else do you guys do? An adventurer's pack has rope. I think rope comes in 50 feet. 10 feet fall is only a d6. It's not bad. Okay. Well, you're still going to have to do a climb. That's an athletics check. Because you might be falling 60 feet. We don't know yet. You can horse this. Yeah, that's good enough. You're able to kind of like get your way down. If you're dropping 10 feet, you're going to take a d6. Yeah, 1d6. Okay. Anybody else that wants to climb down? Like I said, that's an athletics check. Athletics check. Well, you're going to fall. That's, sure. Athletic. Okay. If they land on you, you're just going to share the damage. Okay, with a 16, I'll say you're able to stab. You can. Mm-hmm. So, but it's still an athletic. It just means that you won't be taking damage with you. Also, it means that you guys are going to be able to climb back up. Oh, okay. That's good enough. You're able to get down. Safely, completely. You're jumping down? Water slide? You can only... It's a 60-foot drop. You can only shake water in 5-foot increments at a time. 60. I like your water slide idea. I just wanted. I just don't think it's. Ah! Yes. That 5 feet will be. That 5 feet will be pretty entertaining, and then. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You can ice. You can ice. It's yeah. The sewer is actually water cooled. Yeah. What's your athletic? Well, let's flew down. Yeah, that's good enough. You're good as well. So everybody's able to get that safely. And you find yourselves in a garden, I guess, of sorts. It's a... yeah, there we go. There's the sewer grate is outlined there at the top with the squares, right? So you've come down a vertical column that goes up 60 feet from there. But you can kind of see the outline of the area there. The plants down at the bottom there are most well-grown nearby the vertical shaft. Obviously, that's where all of the water and stuff comes into it. These plants, by the way, when I say plants, it's fungi. It's actually not plants at all. There's not enough light here at all for plants to survive that you require photosynthesis. These are fungus, certainly so. The garden, it remains, in a sense. There's a tiny little like Yoda hut basically. It's only about big enough for a small creature to inhabit comfortably. And as you approach it, eventually you hear somebody go like, ah, "Hey!" You look down and you've nearly stepped upon a tiny little goblin woman who's just barely distinguishable. With her outfit being primarily formed out of fungus from the patch of fungus that she apparently was working on while you were lowering yourselves down into the dark. Yeah, yeah, I was expecting people. Sure, you can. You believe her. What do you it kind of just looks at everybody. Yeah. Is that the case? Okay. Okay. Sure. I can. Do you have any change your memory? And then I won't. You asked if I knew somebody. No? Yeah, I did. Me. Yeah, it wasn't. Sure. You believe her. Not 6 months ago. Being not as cool as me. Yeah. Mm, nobody that would kill us first. Not that I think. Long time ago. More than 6 months ago. No, it's pretty great. They were like, you can't do that experiment. And I was like, kapow! And then they died. Don't remember much, actually. Frankly, the experiment was way less cool than what I did at that point. Killed him. Oh, her. Yeah, she was a student. Nope. Lived long enough. I get that a lot. I don't try and make myself easy. What? Yeah, I guess I could. She like one eye and then the other eye like blinks at you. Uh, I don't know. Huh. Hmm. Nope. Oh shit! She wanders over and like gets a bucket of water and like throws it onto a different patch than she had been working on. There we go. Nope. Hmm. I don't know. Probably. That's where most of that thing goes. Okay. I'm sure a lot of things happen. Mm-hmm. Eddie, more. I don't know about more than that. Well, why do you ask? Oh yeah, who's that? Yes. Idril. That's like an elven, like Idril of Elven. I suppose. This one is an elephant. So. Actually, they don't. They're called Loxodon. Um, yeah, racist. Jeez, ridiculous. Can't even remember the made up fake name of the elephant people. Valid. Uh, Big Oxodon. Yeah, I would have heard about that. Probably. Not here, though. To who? Mm, interesting. Uh, and what are you after them for? Really? Oh, I thought he would have told me about that. Oh well. If I want. Mostly. If they make it this far, generally they need my help. Makes it easier. Yep. Makes it more fun too, watching them go down the hole. Most of them can't fly. Again. I was expecting that. Yep. Yep. I will. You want to talk to him? Okay. I could. Yeah. She kind of like looks up at you. She's got the same grin this whole time. What do you know about that cipher? Everything. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. You know all about it. That's good. That's good. There's a lot less to teach. Um, let's see. I'll let you talk. But you folks, you need to fully understand it. You may not realize it, but it's really important. Not right now. But I do recommend it. Sit down. Good start. She like sits down herself and like gets comfortable. You can barely tell she's there because she just turned into a pile of mushrooms again. Okay. This is how it works. Things die, plants die, turn into things. That's more or less it. Here's the important part though, is that it keeps going. If it stops going, you've got some trouble going. And you can kind of tell things based on how it goes, when it goes, what's going on. Does that make sense? Got it. Does it make sense? You're like, those words are words you know. So here's basically what I'm thinking, right? Okay. You gotta keep it going. Yes. No, that's not. I guess it could be. I guess that's not really up to me. Is it? Ah, you're right. It could be. Did I tell you? Goodness. No. They were. No, not this one. These ones don't really need the bottom. These ones like this. I'm in it right now. It's pretty good down there. I like it. Listen here, I love it. It's free, dude. Anyway, that's all the cycle has for you. Here's what's important. The nice man that you're looking for, he was, I remember now, he was doing a thing. Well, anyway, it was important, whatever it was. Uh, don't kill him, I think. He's very tall. Like, yeah, like all of you. Yeah, she's describing a medium creature. Yeah, she's very small. Yeah. I've seen him before, yeah. Well, he's big. He's not blue, no, but he wears blue. I can't see colors very well. It is pretty dark down here. I don't think so. Still is, I think. Unless something's changed since I last saw him. No. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. No. Nothing wrong with them. Except for the fact that they're probably trying to end the world. That wouldn't be good. Yeah. Not good for that one. Don't like that. Oh! Yes! That's what he was doing. He was... it has something to do with the tool. Yeah. Anyway, he's in my hut. You want to talk to him? Okay. So next week you guys will talk to She didn't until then. She definitely kept referring to it. Yeah, but Black's is a weird woman. That's good. That's good. It's better to think that. We weren't doing the whole Tyburn conversation today, so I decided to have fun tugging you guys along with Yabba Black. She's just like that normally, but I got to just do it as a bit for the ending of the session. Remember, you are level 3 if you haven't done so far. You are level 3. And when we show up next week, we will be talking to Tyburn Paladino, the Azorius Law Mage, who is in her hut, Yabba Black's hut. Should I draw Yabba Black or Tyburn? I kind of want to draw Yabba. I kind of want to draw Yabba Black because she's a lot more of a like. She's got a lot more of a visual distinctiveness about her than Tyburn, who is a cop. Honestly, frankly, actually, in Azorius Law Mage, he's really a lot more of like a private detective. It's just that private detectives don't exist because of the guilds. So it's a guild detective. Well, thank you guys for showing up, and I will talk to you guys next week for week 3, because this was week 2, because week 0 happened first. Oh, Tony, don't forget, by the way, I think you forgot some dice here or something last week. Did we give those to you? You grabbed them? I just was making sure you didn't forget them again. Pinchy the stab crab, yes. All right, cool, good. I just want to make sure you didn't forget anything. All right, we met a lot of people today. We did not meet the person I drew this week again. It'll be fine. Someday I'll get it right. But this week was not today. It was not.